Yo, what's happening, homies? Today we're gonna get the lowdown on Mudflap. Don't worry, I'm not going to be talking like that for the whole of this review because that would be infuriating. So here he is, Little Legends Revenge of the Fallen Mudflap, one of the bots that everyone is sort of obligated to hate, and I've got to say, there's something about this little guy that I actually like. He is my only movie Mudflap, unless you count the big yellow crane guy. And yeah, I didn't bother with any of the bigger ones because, well, you know, there's only so far I'm willing to go with this character. But this little one, I like. There's something about him that is endearing to me, I've got to say. Yeah, he's a pretty sort of chubby, round, rumbly-tumbly sort of oddly misshapen robot, but overall I don't think his design's actually that bad. Yeah, he's got sort of weird bow-legged legs, and yeah, they're a bit odd, but they're detailed, they move, his arms move oddly, sort of only outwards and then at the elbow, but they're not bad, you know. He's got this big sort of Hellboy style left hand of doom over here, and overall I just think he looks like a fun little bot for a little bot. Of course though, it all falls down when you look at his face. Oh dear. I guess this was the reason that everyone really hated Mudflap and Skids. Not because they were sort of, you know, almost mildly racist somehow, but god, they're ugly, aren't they? I mean, they've both got really big ears and big googly eyes, but I mean, Mudflap's eyes aren't even straight. Poor bugger. I guess here is where I can bring in Skids, but the less said about those teeth the better, I guess. So yeah, he is some sort of, you know, horribly misshapen bot. He is basically the FELTs of the Transformers world. I want to fight like a true Autobot. No, you're not on the team. But all that aside, I do genuinely like him. There's something that is mildly cute and just sort of round and bouncy about this robot mode. He feels sort of slightly super deformed, like good old G1 mini-bots. I know that's going to sound a bit blasphemous to some people, but he does remind me of guys like Gears, and Brawn, and Cosmos, and Warpath, and Swerve, and Beachcomber, and Huffer, and Powerglide, and Cliffjumper. Getting a Little Legends Mudflap is the most inoffensive way of enjoying, if you can say you can enjoy, the character. So I like him for what he is, a Little Legends bot like this, that can sort of just be a small guy that doesn't have to interact with any of the big boys. But when I said that this was the only other movie Mudflap I had, I think I may have been repressing the memory of buying this one. He got a mild update in the form of a sort of Legendsy figure in Dark of the Moon, and well, yeah, the body looks okay, you know. The arms are a bit better, the legs are a bit better. He's sort of stolen Skids' vehicle mode now, I think, because they were both the same car instead of two different models of car in Dark of the Moon or something. But yeah, I think if I don't leave that face on the camera for too long, it will be better for everyone, including the camera. Right, time to get him into a car. Plug his feet together. Stick his head down. That almost sort of pushes the doors together a bit. You just have to sort of wangle his arms round so they make the roof of the car, and then they sort of click together there, and it all just sort of pushes together eventually, and then you just sort of bring everything up and it all notches together at the back. There you go, there's a car. I like it. Again, this is where the Minibot theme really shines through, at least in my opinion, because look at it, it just looks super deformed, doesn't it? I'm sure that the real car, what is this? Is it a Chevy Trax? Okay. I'm pretty sure the real car, if they did make one of these, I know that they made Skids as a real production run car because I've seen these on the road. But this one, I don't know if they ever made it. I think in the film it was actually, at the time, you know, in 2009, this would have been a concept car that General Motors were thinking about putting out, and I don't know if they ever did. But whatever. It doesn't look like the real one. It's pretty safe to say, look at it. The headlights are massive, it's got a tiny little grille and a massive bumper, and the wheel arches are huge, and everything on the back is all sort of, yeah, it's all just exaggerated, and yeah, I think super deformed is the way to describe this car. And I love it. It's so cute and round, and it's got an Autobot symbol on the back window there, and there's a sort of face in the back, and There's a sort of face in the front, and you've got the little Chevy badge there, and it just feels like a nice little car. There is nothing wrong with this at all. So, Revenge of the Fallen Mudflap. Perfectly fine in small doses.